Thousands of years ago, deep inside the ancient forests of Central America, humans looked into the darkness and saw something they could not explain. A shadow moving between the trees. A creature that appeared and disappeared like a ghost. A predator that belonged to two worlds. The Maya believed the jaguar was more than an animal. It was a bridge between the world of the living and the world of spirits. A creature connected to the night, to death, and to rebirth. But the ancient people did not worship the jaguar because of imagination. They worshipped it because they witnessed something real. The jaguar was unlike any other predator they knew. It could disappear into the forest, move silently through darkness, cross rivers like a creature born from water, and challenge animals that seemed impossible for a cat to defeat. Today, scientists understand that the jaguar's mysterious power did not come from mythology. It came from millions of years of evolution. The jaguar is not the largest cat. It is not the fastest. It does not rule the world through size or speed. Instead, it survived by becoming something far more unusual. A predator capable of conquering different worlds. The forest, the river, the wetlands, even the water itself. And perhaps the most unbelievable example of this ability happened in a place where nobody expected to find a cat hunting. A river, northern Brazil. The Araguaia River. A massive waterway cutting through one of the richest ecosystems on Earth. Beneath the calm surface lives a strange animal. The Araguayan river dolphin. Unlike ocean dolphins, these creatures evolved in freshwater. Their ancestors once lived in the sea. But over millions of years, they adapted to a completely different world. A world of muddy rivers, flooded forests, and hidden prey. For a long time, scientists believed jaguars were mainly hunters of land animals. Capybaras, deer, wild pigs, monkeys, these were the familiar targets of one of America's most powerful predators. Sometimes they caught fish, sometimes turtles. But one thing seemed impossible. A jaguar hunting a dolphin. Then, researchers began finding evidence that challenged everything we thought we knew. Along riverbanks in Brazil, strange remains started appearing. River dolphins dragged away from the water. Carcasses carried deep into the forest. Tracks showing that something powerful had pulled them from the river. In 2024, scientists discovered one of the strongest pieces of evidence ever recorded. On a sandy riverbank, they found the remains of an Araguayan river dolphin. Nearby were drag marks. The animal had been pulled approximately 30 meters away from the river. It was not simply a dead animal discovered by chance. Something had hunted it. Researchers placed infrared cameras around the area. What they recorded was extraordinary. A female jaguar appeared, and she was not alone. She had a cub with her. For several days, the mother and young jaguar returned repeatedly to the same location. They were not discovering a random meal. They were returning to their own kill. When scientists examined the dolphin's skull, they found the answer. The marks on the bones matched the powerful killing bite of a jaguar. The same type of crushing wounds found on other large prey. This was not scavenging. This was hunting. A jaguar had killed a dolphin. This discovery placed the jaguar among the rarest predators on Earth. Only a few land animals are known to actively hunt members of the whale and dolphin family. One is the polar bear, surviving in the frozen oceans of the Arctic. The other is the jaguar, hidden inside the tropical rivers of South America. Two predators, two completely different worlds, connected by one ability, the courage to attack prey from another realm. So how can a cat accomplish something so unusual? The answer is hidden inside its body. Most large cats have a familiar hunting strategy. Lions, tigers, leopards. They rely on strength and control. They chase, they overpower. Then they kill by suffocating their prey with a powerful bite to the throat. But the jaguar is different. It does not always attack the neck. It often goes for the head. A single precise bite. A crushing impact. A kill designed around power and accuracy. The reason is simple. The jaguar possesses one of the most impressive bite forces among all large cats relative to its body size. A lion may be much larger. A tiger may be heavier. But pound for pound, Few cats can match the strength hidden inside the jaguar's jaws. That ability allows something almost impossible. The jaguar can break turtle shells, it can crush bones, and it can attack armored reptiles that most predators would avoid, including one of the most dangerous animals in South America, the caiman, along the rivers of the Amazon basin. Caimans wait beneath the water. They are ancient predators, living weapons shaped by millions of years of evolution. Some grow several meters long. Their bodies are covered in thick armor. Their jaws contain rows of sharp teeth. In the water, they are nearly untouchable. But every day, they make one mistake. They leave the safety of the river. They climb onto the shore. And they lie beneath the sun. This is when the jaguar begins to watch. It does not rush. It does not fight a battle of strength. It waits, studies, moves closer, and when the moment arrives, it explodes forward. A few seconds can decide everything. The jaguar launches. The caiman reacts too late. The jaguar's jaws lock onto the skull. A predator built to kill. A reptile built to survive. Two ancient weapons meeting on the riverbank. And once again, the cat wins. There is one place where the jaguar reaches its true potential. A place where rivers outnumber roads. Where the land itself disappears beneath seasonal floods. And where one of the oldest rivalries in nature plays out every single day. The Pantanal, stretching across Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay. It is the largest tropical wetland on Earth. Every year, rain transforms vast plains into an endless maze of rivers, lagoons, and floating islands. To most predators, this landscape is a nightmare. To the jaguar, it is paradise. Millions of caimans live here. Capybaras gather along muddy riverbanks. Schools of fish fill the flooded forests. Everything the jaguar needs is within reach. Over countless generations, the cats living here adapted to this watery world. They became larger, heavier, more muscular, and far more comfortable around water than any other population of jaguars. An average jaguar weighs somewhere between 50 and 100 kilograms, but many males in the Pantanal exceed 100 kilograms with ease. Some giants grow beyond 140 kilograms. Their heads are broader, their shoulders thicker, their jaws even more powerful. They are among the largest jaguars ever recorded. But their size alone is not what makes them extraordinary. It is how they live. Most big cats avoid the hottest hours of the day. Lions hunt at dawn. Tigers often move through forests under the cover of darkness. Even most jaguars prefer the cool hours of morning and evening. But the Pantanal jaguar rewrote the rules. Under the blazing afternoon sun, when temperatures soar and most predators are resting, these cats are still moving. Because they know something. The caimans are basking. And a basking crocodilian is a vulnerable crocodilian. The jaguar slips silently through the reeds. Every step is calculated. Every movement almost invisible. Then, without warning, it explodes forward. The attack lasts only seconds. One perfectly placed bite to the skull. The struggle ends almost before it begins. For the caiman, millions of years of armor are no match for one of the most specialized bites in the mammal world. Most people think of cats as animals that avoid water. The jaguar never got that message. It swims with remarkable confidence. It crosses rivers without hesitation. It hunts from riverbanks, in shallow channels, and sometimes even beneath the surface itself. To the jaguar, water is not a boundary. It is another hunting ground. Camera traps have captured jaguars carrying enormous fish from the river. Others have photographed them chasing prey through flooded forests. Some individuals even appear to dive briefly beneath the surface, pursuing animals hidden below. Scientists still know surprisingly little about just how well jaguars are adapted to underwater hunting. How long can they hold their breath? How deep are they willing to dive? Those questions remain unanswered. But one thing is undeniable. Few predators move so effortlessly between land and water. In 2020, researchers recorded an extraordinary journey. A male jaguar left the mainland and began swimming toward an island in a Brazilian reservoir. To reach it, he had to cross more than a kilometer of open water. Some estimates suggest the full journey may have exceeded 2 kilometers. For a wild cat, it was an astonishing feat. He swam not because he had to. He swam because the island was part of his territory. To him, the river was simply another path home. Yet perhaps the jaguar's greatest achievement has nothing to do with rivers at all. Because the same species that thrives in flooded wetlands can also survive somewhere completely different. The desert, travel north from the Amazon for thousands of kilometers. And the rainforest slowly disappears. The rivers become smaller. The trees become sparse. Eventually, the landscape turns dry, rocky, and unforgiving. Yet jaguars once lived here too. In the deserts of northern Mexico. In the mountains of the American Southwest. Even as far north as what is now Arizona. These desert jaguars look very different from their cousins in the Pantanal. They are smaller, leaner, more cautious. Their prey is different. Their behavior is different. For decades, scientists believed these populations might even represent separate subspecies. But genetics told another story. They are all the same animal. One species, extraordinary flexibility. The jaguar never became the strongest predator by perfecting a single strategy. It became the strongest by changing its strategy whenever the world changed around it. But today's jaguar is only part of the story. To understand its true legacy, we have to travel back into the Ice Age, a world unlike anything alive today. Some approached the size of modern tigers. In southern Patagonia, they survived in cold grasslands swept by freezing winds. This was not a rainforest, not a tropical paradise. It was a harsh landscape where winter temperatures hovered near freezing, and survival demanded constant adaptation. Yet jaguars lived there. They hunted there. They ruled there. Bones of ancient horses bear puncture marks matching jaguar teeth. Skeletons of large herbivores show deep claw wounds. Even the remains of giant ground sloths have been found alongside evidence of jaguar attacks. These were not forest ambush hunters. They were predators of open plains. A completely different world. A completely different lifestyle. Yet still, they were jaguars. Around 12,000 years ago, the Ice Age came to an end. The climate warmed. The great mammals disappeared. One by one, the giants vanished from the landscape. The enormous southern jaguars disappeared with them. But their extinction did not mark the end of the species. It marked another transformation. Once again, the jaguar adapted. Once again, it survived. Today, the jaguar's kingdom is only a fraction of what it once was. Its forests have been cut apart. Its rivers have changed. Its ancient migration routes have been broken by roads, farms, and cities. Only stories remain. Yet in the deepest corners of the Americas, the shadow still walks. A ripple crosses the river. Birds suddenly fall silent. Somewhere beneath the trees, a pair of golden eyes is watching, waiting, just as they have for hundreds of thousands of years. The Maya believed the jaguar could move between worlds, between daylight and darkness, between land and water, between life and death. They did not know about evolution. They did not know about genetics. But they understood something science would only confirm thousands of years later. This was no ordinary cat. It belonged everywhere. Long before humans mapped these forests. Before cities rose. Before civilizations carved stone temples from the jungle. The jaguar had already mastered this continent. Not by being the biggest. Not by being the fastest. But by becoming whatever the world demanded. A river hunter. A crocodile killer. A mountain survivor. A desert wanderer. An ice age giant. One animal, countless worlds. And perhaps that is why ancient people believed it walked between realms. Because in a way, it always has, before us.